get a lot of people who say, oh, when the time comes, we cross the bridge. But if you don't plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's the word. Because you're going to fail drastically. Prepare, give yourself ample time. Plan. Because when proper preparation, I always say this, proper preparation prevents poor performance. And when you do well, you become confident in whatever you find yourself doing. You know, stop comparing yourself with others. That will kill your confidence. And if you find yourself going on social media and then you realize that you're comparing yourself with others, please stay away. Not having confidence in yourself is something that's common, and there are obvious things that you do or that we do that can impact or that can influence not having confidence. And also there are things that you can actually do that can help increase and facilitate confidence. Now, to the best of my knowledge, I don't think anyone has actually brought confidence from anywhere. It's something that you can learn, and you can be practical and obviously take steps to be more confident. But in this episode, I'll be talking about some habits, because we tend to form some habits that helps that facilitates the negative thoughts or the negative feelings that we're not confident in ourselves. And I'll be talking about those today, and be sharing some other things that briefly on things that you can do to help improve your confidence. So I'll be chipping those in while I talk about those things that influence your confidence negatively. However, if this is the first time you're joining us, thank you so much for joining me. This is the Bola Adeyeye Omishade Show. It is a community where we support people to be the best, the better version of themselves. So thanks for joining us. I am really excited to have you here. Yes, if you have problem with your confidence, yeah, this is the episode for you. So wait till the end. I hope you're going to watch it till the end. And if at the end of the episode you have learned one or two things, yeah, please feel free to give it a like button. Share your thoughts with me as well. Other people want to read, I want to read from you. So yeah, thanks. And also, in order so that you do not miss our future episodes, do not forget to click on the notification button and as well share this. So thanks for joining me. And yes, to my returning viewers, yes, as usual, I'm always excited to have you here. So thanks for joining. Thanks for always coming back. Your consistent support, it means so much to me. So thank you. And yes, I hope that you stick till the end. Right. So confidence. Now, I've had people that you find yourself in a conversation and then you feel that you're not contributing, you're not leveled up, you feel you're not confident enough to join the conversation. That's one of those things. Or sometimes you're not confident enough to take up tasks or step up, or maybe try to go for your goals and try to achieve things that you want to. And that's because you lack confidence in yourself. And yes, this is quite common. You To be honest, I have been in situations where I've been in where I'm in a conversation with a couple of people and I'm not able to contribute. But you see, there are certain habits that we have that can actually influence us losing self-confidence, confidence in ourselves. And this age and time does not really help, especially with the social media. I've said this so many times. With the social media, you spend so much time scrolling, and looking at the better part of what people want you to see. And then you end up start comparing yourself with what you see on the social media platforms. And trust me, that can kill your confidence instantly. So spending so much time scrolling on what other people present to you. Actually, they present to you what they want you to see. And then you start comparing yourself with what you see on social media. Trust me, it kills your confidence instantly. You find out that you begin to consciously or unconsciously compare yourself with what you have seen, and then you feel you're not doing enough. You feel you're not where you're supposed to be. Now, it's okay to have some people where maybe some people who are your mentors or people who you look up to, you want to be like, but that's quite different from when you see certain people and then you start feeling that you're supposed to be where they are or you're not doing well enough. It kills confidence, and you definitely do not want to find yourself in that situation where you're comparing yourself with others. So um if you consciously realize that you after you have gone through social media and then maybe you're not happy or you've seen one or two things that you feel, oh, and you begin to question what you have done or you question where you are, then you might possibly be influencing your confidence negatively. Now, the other thing I would like to say is you get some people that for some reason they're just used to telling lies. They want to keep secrets. Now, I always say something that you need, when you tell one lie, you need 10 others to cover it up. And the moment you keep telling lies and lies, and don't forget that sometimes the people you're talking to, they are not fools. And you within yourself, you know that you're telling lie. And that can drastically kill your confidence. So what's the point telling lies? What's the point saying things that you have not done, or some things that it has nothing to do with you? And you see, you find yourself in that situation because, I don't know, maybe you're trying to impress people, and you're killing your confidence. That's just what you're doing. So, and in some cases, you end up saying things that you were not asked. You end up sharing things that nobody's interested in because you've told one lie and then you need others to cover it up. And then the lies begin to add up and add up and add up and add up. Trust me, you are killing your confidence. That's not very good for you. And yeah, you also sometimes you find yourself keeping secrets, And to be honest, I actually agree that maybe what's the word? The I've forgotten the choice of word here. Sometimes there's some things that needs to be kept, yes, which I agree. But you keep on keeping secrets, keep secrets, and then when it comes to time where you need to talk so that people can actually put you in the right direction, people who have experience or people who can share their thoughts, because you're used to keeping secrets, you end up missing out. You end up missing out, and then you're not bold enough to actually share, or you're not bold enough to actually contribute, or you're not bold enough to actually achieve your goals because you're keeping it secret. My dear, your secret will just stay with you forever. So you need to actually know when to keep secrets and when not to keep secrets, when to open your mouth and talk, when to open your mouth and talk. So there are two ways. It's either you're trying to keep secrets or you're talking too much. And when you're talking too much, you end up maybe lying and saying things that nobody is actually interested in. Not forgetting that whoever you're talking to is not a fool. And sometimes they just listen to you, isn't it? And then they're like, why do you need to do that? Why do you need to do that? Now, in other cases, you want to be perfect. Perfectionism, is that what it's called? Yeah, you want to do things in a very perfect way, and then you set up goals that are not achievable because you're trying to be perfect. And then because you have not achieved it, that would negatively impact your confidence. Nobody is perfect. No one is perfect. Everyone only makes efforts. We put in so much efforts to be perfect, you see. So Why are you trying to be perfect? There's no need to do that. There's no need. Put in as much effort as you can, and that comes with proper preparation, prevents poor performance. A lot of people, maybe go for, I'll just give you an example. You're going for an interview and you haven't prepared for the interview, and you want to be perfect. You're just going to crush yourself down, So you fail to plan. You fail to plan and you want to be perfect. How? How? But even if you plan, it doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect. It just means that you will be confident in what you have done because you have actually put in the effort that is required to show up, to actually stand out. So in the process of trying to be perfect, bear it at the back of your mind that no one is perfect. So take that out of your mind, but then put in effort, make plans to actually prepare, prepare so that you don't find yourself wanting. You don't find yourself in a place where you're being asked a question and you're just, instead of saying I don't know, although I don't really like the I always like people to be positive, but in some cases when you don't know, it's better to say I don't know rather than just rambling and talking, jargons. But when you plan, when you plan yourself, when you prepare, you find out that you are confident in yourself. Yes, you are. You will be. It's just like let me give you an example. Like maybe, for example, you want to write an exam and you prepare for that exam. By the time you sit in that examination hall or whatever, the moment you see the question, you just smile. You just smile and you feel confident in answering the question. Your whole body will be relaxed. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should be overconfident, because sometimes overconfidence kills. It can actually ruin all your efforts. So you need to be very careful and know where the boundaries are of where if you know that you are becoming too overconfident, because sometimes when you are overconfident, you begin to boast. You begin to boast and then it comes across that, excuse me, why is this person boasting? And so you need to know where the balance comes in. So try as much as you can to understand that when you have planned, in the process of wanting to be perfect, remember to tell yourself, okay, perfectionism is not part of it, okay? And you also do not want to be overconfident while you have actually made efforts to plan, okay? Do not try to be too overconfident, right? Overconfident. And some people are just they feel it's a problem to do what other people have done, and then because somebody has done certain things. So for example, maybe you want to set up a business, you're not confident enough, and then because somebody, maybe someone, a friend who is close to you, set up similar business, you're not confident, you're not bold enough to start up that business. It doesn't really matter. Everyone runs different races. We all run different races. Don't let somebody else, and because maybe you have actually taken steps to start that business, and then you feel you're not doing very well, as opposed to, you don't know the kind of plans they have put in place. You don't know where they get their resources from. But ask, open your mouth and ask. It's okay. I say to people, it's either a yes or no. So when you make requests, is either the person says yes or no. So ask. Instead of keeping secrets and not wanting to ask or not being bold enough, it just crushes all the efforts that you have. It crushes it. So, and we get used to this habit that it just goes from one to the other. It goes from one to the other. It goes from your career, it goes from your business life, it goes from your goals, it goes into your relationships. So if you, in regards to your relationship, if you find out that, oh, you see somebody you really like the way their relationship is going, just why not ask them, tell me, what's the secret? Can you share with me? Are there any hacks you can give to me? It's okay to ask, because yeah, I know just because you end up wanting to keep secrets, you want to keep it to yourself, but you're not helping yourself. You are not helping yourself. You're not helping yourself in the process. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're not bold enough, you're not confident enough, and you see other people that are doing well, that are thriving in that area, please do not hesitate to open your mouth to ask. Do not hesitate to open your mouth to ask. Do not hesitate to do that. Anyone that is doing well has actually understood or has made it a practice that failure is just a learning process. However, some people find themselves in a situation where when they have failed, they use that as a measure of their worth. But that actually takes away your confidence. If you have failed, it does not mean that that's the end of the world. It's a learning process. Look at what are the things you have done wrongly. How can you improve on them? Do not focus on those things that you have. Do not focus on your failure. Focus on things on how you can actually use that failure as a learning process. Because if you keep focusing on the failure, it begins to crush your confidence. It's not a crime to fail. Successful people have failed. If you see anyone that is doing well, at some point in their life, they have failed and they have used that failure as a learning curve. So that is one very, very major thing. And always do not be negative. Try to be positive. I know it can be very hard sometimes, but you need to actually practice it, because it needs to be a conscious decision to learn how to be positive. Do not fill your mind with negative things, because it would crush your confidence. Stay focused, look at failure as a learning process. So if you have failed, I know it's okay, say that yes, you have failed, yes, agree, accept that failure and say, okay, what can I learn from failing? And start being positive. Do not be negative and start biting yourself negative about, because that will keep, and the thing is, you might feel that it's not adding up. It just begins to add up. It adds up and adds up, and and then you just feel that everything and then, so try as much as you can to not focus on your failures, use them as a learning process and not be negative. Now, also, you might want to, sometimes you find yourself in some conversations that you don't need to. That one, I have actually found myself in the past. I found myself in conversations that at the end of the conversation, I just regret that why did I go on arguing and arguing? Because some people cannot just live up to your level of understanding, and that's what it is. And then because they want to use their mouth to bring you down, you begin to question your confidence. So try not to find yourself in needless conversations that are not needed. Be very careful. The moment you see that you ask yourself, where's this conversation going to lead? Is it going to add any value to me? Please just walk away. Just end the conversation or switch the topic. Switch the topic. Don't find yourself in, because if you do that, it will crush your confidence. Some people are very, 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 very good with helping you. You're already questioning your confidence, but they can help you. They can contribute to it. And that's when you find yourself in a conversation with them. So you need to be very careful. Don't find yourself in this kind of environment. And then finally do not give power to people. Power to make decisions over your life, power to actually what's the word? Do not let people control your emotions. Do not let people assess your worth. Sometimes we give people control over our lives. We give people control over how we should feel about ourselves. And we do that in most cases unconsciously. So you have to be very conscious when you start giving people control over your own self, then you begin to crush your confidence. When you need to get approval from people, when you need people to validate you, it drastically, instantly kills your confidence, because you get used to that habit. You just get used to the habit of letting people control or give you approval. Why would you do that? You should be your own judge. I'm not saying don't have somebody, a mentor. Don't get me wrong. You should have a mentor. You should have people who you look up to. But you need to be very careful and know where to set the boundaries. Set these boundaries. Now, if you're that person that you feel that you're not confident enough, you can be. It is a practice. You need to actually make up your mind to learn to be confident. And that comes with, before you go into any conversation, you need to ask yourself, why am I finding myself in this conversation? Also, if you don't know, it's better you say, I don't know, rather than rambling and rambling and rambling. If you find yourself in a conversation, you're not able to contribute, you need to say, well, I don't really understand. I'm not getting it. I'm not flowing. Feel free, be easy. Don't bite yourself and keep quiet and start feeling bad. No, just tell them, well, I don't really understand what's going in this conversation. Can you break it down a little bit? It is okay to say that. It's okay to say, come down to my level, I don't understand. Where is this conversation going? Where is it? Where are you coming from? Where are you heading up to? Feel free to do that. Don't be too hard on yourself. Because it's okay not to know. It is okay not to know. And also, I get a lot of people say, because I have a PhD, I must know everything. And I say, come, excuse me. No. I'm only an expert in my field, and I've only done research in my research area, and that makes me a doctor in that area. That does not mean I have to know everything. So when I say to people I don't know, and they say, a doctor, I'm like, excuse me, yes, I'm a doctor, but I'm not a doctor of the whole world. I'm not the doctor of everything. I shouldn't know everything. Well, I want to, if there's a need to, but I don't have to. And that applies to you. You don't have to know anything. And if you're interested in knowing, if you're inquisitive, you can go ahead after the conversation, you research, because you want to know. You go and find out more about it, and then you know. And also plan. I get a lot of people who say, oh, when the time comes, we cross the bridge. But if you don't plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's the word. Because you're going to fail drastically. Prepare, give yourself ample time. Plan. Because when proper preparation, I always say this, proper preparation prevents poor performance. And when you do well, you become confident in whatever you find yourself doing. Stop comparing yourself with others. That will kill your confidence. And if you find yourself going on social media and then you realize that you're comparing yourself with others, please stay away. If you cannot manage it, stay away from social media. People only put the things, you scrolling on social media, people only put the things they want you to see. You have not seen the other side. You only see things that they want you to see. So please, as much as you can, stop it. If you know that there is just before I say you sharing this, tell me, how have you been able to improve your confidence? I want you to leave it in the comments, because of course, I'm not the only one sharing my thoughts here. We're a community. I want you to share your thoughts with other people so that they can learn how you've been able to overcome low confidence, how you've been able to improve your confidence. Share with me. Leave your comments in the session, in the session, your thoughts in the comment section, so that others can learn. And if you find this very useful, yes, as usual, I would like to see the thumbs up. Thank you. And also share this with your family, share this with your friend that you want them to use to benefit from this, and also use some of these tips to put themselves to check, because we need to edify ourselves. And that's one of the purpose of this community, to edify our spirit, to ensure that we're still on track in the process of being the best and the better version of ourselves. And yes, as usual, I appreciate that you have joined me today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you next week again. This is Bola Adeyeye Omishade. Bye.